Hello, everyone. Hello. Unfortunately, I have some bad news. Where is the sound coming from? Yeah. Yeah, everybody's super excited about the Epic collab. And I was excited too, but I don't know. We scheduled with Iman today, 2 p.m. his time, 11 p.m. my time. And unfortunately, I cannot get a hold of him in Instagram. I hope everything is fine and it's not something like there is something there. God forbid anything with his health or any problems at all. Um, but this is what it is. This is life. I'm gonna be still monitoring the Instagram if he can join. Maybe he will join a little bit later. But meanwhile, I probably need to change the name of the live stream. No, just not the time zone. We kind of discussed like exactly what time it is for him, what time it is for me. So maybe it's because like we talked about it on Friday, and until today I didn't send him the link because I still didn't have the image, and he kind of forgot about this. I don't know. I just hope that this is something um, innocent and not something that maybe happened to him. God forbid. I hope he is okay. This is the most important. I'm definitely gonna have to change the name of the live stream because once again it feels like I don't want to mislead people. I don't want people come here for Amen and then not see him. So let me change the thumbnail and the name. It's gonna be a live discussion, and I'm gonna make some kind of a thumbnail very fast, something pretty simple. So yeah, so we're gonna have like put something. Let's put Sophia here. Episode 8 live discussion. So I really apologize to anybody who came to see the collab. And I actually downloaded the StreamYard, but I didn't buy the subscription. I just wanted to check whether it's actually good or didn't good or not good. Eman told me that this is the system that he uses, so I decided to give it a try. But anyway, once again, we make everything happen here. So if sometimes plans are not going, if life is not going according to the plan, it's still we're still gonna discuss from. Yeah, regarding notifications, they're pretty fucked up in YouTube. Like I'm doing a lot of things there. Many times I'm seeing people not getting my notifications. I have people that I'm subscribed to with, this bell, it's pressed all, and I'm still not getting all of the notifications. So, um, sorry, everybody. I was super excited about this. There's a saying that my grandpa, bless his soul, he's not with us already for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. I kind of missed it. And he always told me there is a saying in Ukrainian, you never say hop before you made the jump. So I was already posting everywhere. Finally it happened. We're gonna have this epic collab, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get in touch with Eman. We're probably gonna schedule some different time, different day. We're gonna make it happen. Obviously, it's gonna be a fun collab, but looks like today you're gonna get me and only me. So everybody, yeah, probably some saying in Romanian, probably in every language there is something like this. Don't celebrate before you actually achieved something. Nothing drastic happened. It's just we are supposed to have a collab today, and probably, yeah, we all like him in here, I think. Right now, as far as I have seen, I'm not watching other bloggers. I'm not watching other from YouTubers, not even Eman. I saw his one video. This season is Martin the Man in Yellow. I wanted to check it out. But I do want to, like, obviously, I wouldn't say competitive, but I want to know where do I stand in the whole from area. And as far as I have seen, and maybe I'm wrong, views wise, I'm on the third place right now. There is Think Story, who blows everybody out of the water. Every video of his is like 300,000 views, 400,000 views. I wish I would have those numbers. If I would have those numbers, I would probably already pay for my son's education without him still going even to the kindergarten. And second one is Iman. It's like 100,000 views, 120,000 views. And then me, and sometimes I see the Faceless Girl. Sometimes she get like a very big video with 100,000, etc. But overall, if I'm generalizing, as far as I have seen, maybe I missed somebody. Jerry Stakes, a new blogger that is doing From. He has some great videos. Some of them are have very big amount of views. Yeah, but once again, if we're looking general reviews per episode, I think I'm on the third place right now. Hopefully, maybe it's gonna be maybe on season 5 they finally gonna send me screeners. Real Enigmas is incredible. I love the guy. I'm biased here. I just love Real. He's an awesome human being. Beyond Premier. Yes, I forgot about Beyond Premier. So definitely I'm on the fourth place, because also Beyond Premier is doing way better than me views wise. So yeah, what is everybody thinking about episode 8? Probably I kind of have a very high expectations from this episode, because if you remember episode 8 of season 3, it was a crazy one. We had story walking Julie for the first time. We had actually finally an answer who threw the rope to Boyd, and it presented us a new layer in this whole lore of this place, like story walking. How many possibilities can it possibly provide us? Incredible. And then we had also the memory of Victor remembering about the boy in white, what he was saying to Christopher. So we actually got like an anchor to so many theories, that it all started with the children, and they poured their hope into the roots of the tree. We actually learned how this place came to life, how it actually came to be. So episode 8 of season 3, I think, was the most interesting episode for me. So I was hoping from this episode also a lot, but I was a bit disappointed. It's not like we didn't get anything. We got some interesting moments, especially the ending. The ending this is what made this episode for me. If I'm going to give this episode 8 out of 10, the 8th part is thanks to Douglas Hughes. My God, this dude is amazingly casted for, like, this role was created for him. He just appears on the screen and you can already feel like there is this ominous presence, like the way he controls everything around him. Like this aura that he has is incredible. With all due respect to Julia Doyle and the way she's portraying Sophia, with all of her gimmicks, and like she's very, very talented once again, but the presence that Douglas has is unbeatable. So this moment, his conversation with Tabitha, this is what made the episode for me. Other than that, like, I don't like to feel smarter than the characters. Okay, especially if this character is Jade. I don't think a lot of people, probably most of us, we're watching this episode and we're like screaming at the screen already, Jade, if you have only one exit and only one entrance to place, you just create a new one. You have season 1, and even if you hadn't season 1, you know that it's this. All of those tunnels are, they are beyond the ground. All you need to do is fucking dig. So dig, you have a town of 46 people, 47 with the man in yellow, that can go ahead and start digging another entrance to the tunnel. Do this. Please do this. You don't need to reap the tree or do whatever. I don't know exactly what are you planning to do. This plan also with sending one team to the tunnels, and then while everybody else is trying to, reap the tree away. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Well, again, you cannot dig the tunnels. So can anyone? Tabitha dug to the tunnel, so can anyone else. But if, let's say, you cannot dig through rock, let's say it once again, and they have a plan to rip the tree away. And then Boyd is asking them, but what if the tree, we're not going to be able to remove the tree? What if it's not going to happen? So people are going to be stuck there. So my solution is very simple. Don't send people to the tunnels until you remove the freaking tree. Remove the tree. There is a freaking hole there now. Okay. Then jump, throw a rope, I don't know, go through this. If you actually succeeded with the tree, then you go to the tunnels through the hole on in the ground right now, instead of sending people through this intricate tunnel system, and maybe until they're actually gonna reach the place, the burial place of the Ankui children. Maybe they're gonna meet monsters. Maybe they're not gonna be asleep. Yes, Creek 152. I really hope that 9 and 10 will be some of the best. I really hope so. I was probably saying this in my Russian video. By the way, how's it going? It's rendering so freaking slow. That hopefully it's going to be a little bit opposite than season 3, because in season 3 we had episode 8 with a lot of substance, a lot of information. Episode 9 completely empty, like nothing literally happened. And then episode 10 was obviously the final episode of the season, was also interesting. So I hope this episode 8, was kind of a bit empty with events, revelations wise, answers wise, hints even wise. It moved a plot a little bit forward, and that's it. So I hope it means that episode 9 and episode 10 are gonna blow us all out of the park, and it's gonna be amazing. Now, this live stream is not my monologue. To remind you, in case you're here for the first time watching my live stream, and there's a good chance you are, because usually we have like 120, 150 people watching, and now there's 240 people watching. So in case this is the first time, this is not me monologuing and enjoying my voice, how amazing I sound, and the echo that I cannot remove right now with Adobe Podcast, because this is live, obviously. But this is my chance to have a conversation with you, and your chance to ask me a question or give me an idea. So write something in the chat, and I will try to answer as much as possible. Now, if you feel like you really want me to read your message, or you just want to support the channel, you can always send a super chat, and then there is no way I'm gonna miss your message. But other than that, I want to apologize in advance if I didn't answer you. This is not because I ignore you. This is because there's some people in the chat, and it's kind of always updating here, so I just can miss something because it's there. Anyway, so let's go ahead and see what was in the live stream. So yeah, okay. Lucas 43. No one seems to remember the hole in the caves under the Matthews house. Yeah, but removing the rubble, and it's gonna be way more difficult. Way more difficult than removing the tree, I think. I see Taryn here is saying to us that the teddy bear is Sebastian Cabot. Taryn, do you want to join me? Do you want me to send you the link? If you want to join me and have a conversation, I would be happy. I'm going to send you a link in Discord. So Taryn, in case you want to join, I don't know if you don't feel like it, if you're already like home in your pajamas or something like this, and you don't want to be live right now in front of people, completely understandable. But if you do, you can go ahead and jump, because I definitely want to hear how you connect the teddy bear to Sebastian Cabot. Okay, so add to stage. Darren?
Hi, Igor. I'm not going to be on camera.
It's okay. It's okay. It's pretty cool. As long as everybody can hear you, it's okay. Now, just tell me, how do we connect Sebastian Cabot to teddy bear? I'm dying to hear this.
No, they're separate things, but there are two things I noticed in the episode that I found interesting.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the first one is Sebastian. Victor says his son is called Sebastian. And what I find interesting is John Cabot, his surviving son, the son that survived, was called Sebastian Cabot. So, and Sebastian Cabot was famous for traveling to Newfoundland. He discovered Newfoundland with John Cabot. He was one of the first Europeans to set foot in North America, other than the Vikings. In fact, he was probably the first. He was on the ship that was the first, which was called the Matthew. That ship that they discovered Newfoundland on was called the Matthew. And then the other thing is that I've predicted that we will see a bear at some point on this show, maybe even a polar bear, just to mess with all the Lost fans. And I thought it was interesting that Victor took a bear out, a teddy bear out, and showed that. So that was what I thought was interesting.
But how did you pretend that it's going to be a bear? Like, why? How is bear connected to this place? I need people to hear that again.
Well, I predicted a bear before season 3 even came out. That obviously there's a bear trap in the woods. I found it interesting. There's teddy bears already, I think, on the show. I think that the actor who plays Victor, he left a big bear clue in one of his interviews that he did. It was like an official interview that they released on Twitter. It was like one of those sort of cut together interviews when they're all in Colony House. And he made some like big, he made some statement like, you'll barely be able to bear it or something like that. And he dropped some hints about bears. And I was like, what the hell? And yeah, if Donna died and her nightmares were picked up while she was dead, then what would a hunter be scared of in the woods and maybe have nightmares about? Potentially a bear or Bigfoot. It could be Bigfoot. Who knows? So yeah, that's all I've picked up so far. I haven't actually finished watching the episode, but yes, I just thought those were two things that I would point out.
I need the Bigfoot in yellow suit. This is what I need in the end of this season.
I mean, he could show up as someone's nightmare. That could be.
Yeah, when Donna, she was like having her clinical death situation, we were like, yeah, she's gonna see the Lake of Tears, and suddenly she's like, nope, I didn't see anything. So I have a lot high hopes for episodes 9 and 10. And what do you think about the Man in Yellow saying that we play this game? It kind of works with your theory about it being a game. I think your first version of the theory. Is there anything you can add?
Well, I found it interesting that they had a big pile of board games piled up in the diner. As you know, I believe that Fromland is basically a metaphor for a double-sided board game table, which includes the game of Goose and Pachisi. Because the game of Goose, its hazards are the inn, which is kind of like the hotel, and I think the entire town is the hotel. That's why they have the sound. That's why they have a sign that says hotel on it, but it doesn't actually have a hotel. So I think that's to say this is the hotel towel. And then there's like the well, which is where Boyd gets stuck in. There's the prison, which is where Martin is chained up and Julie and everyone else gets chained up. There's the tomb and the bridge, which we haven't seen yet. But that's what I think potentially is going on.
Okay, I have actually a question for you. It's for both of us. I think we have a super chat here from Bell Saved for $10. Thank you so much for your support here, Bell. And she or he, I don't know, Bell, probably a woman, a girl, But who knows? It's a nickname. So if I'm mistaken, I apologize. Do you think freeing the children will free the entity / man in yellow? Do you think Fromville will replace Roger / Dollman and we will get a new character? So we got this confirmation from Kenny that there are 47 people when Tilly was killed. And now we have 46 after Jim was killed, and then Sophia, I don't count her as a person, and now we also lost Roger. So there are 45 people already. Do they need to renew it to 47, or is it just going to go lower and lower and lower until everybody dies? Now, regarding releasing the children, releasing the Man in Yellow, I already talked about this in my review. I think it's very plausible. I would like it to go that way. Because it will make sense in my head, because I still think that the voices from the very first season were the Man in Yellow somehow, or something that's connected to him. But once again, what do you think about this, Darren?
Well, I think that the children were sacrificed to 7 fallen angels, one of which is Azazel. And I think that that's about all I really know, to be honest. The kids, their clothing, is very ambiguous. What era might that have taken place in? I don't know. It may be that the sacrifice happened in Fromland, and it was an attempt to for the angels to become powerful enough to break out of Fromland, but it failed. I don't know, something like that. I have no idea, to be honest. But if it did happen, I think it happened in the 1860s timeline. So I think that. Sorry, go ahead.
No. If I'm interrupting you, it's because we are talking online, and sometimes I just don't know if you finish the sentence. But keep going. If I see that you're still speaking, I will stop myself. Okay, it's not because I really need to say something.
Well, I think that the curse of Fromland began in the very early 1500s. So, therefore, I think that if those 7 kids are dressed in clothing from the Civil War era, which I believe they must be, because they have buttons, and buttons really were not sort of made in huge quantities until the Civil War era, and people would have used toggles and other forms of fastenings back then, unless they were quite wealthy. So, in my opinion, the curse of Fromland begins in 1503 or something like that. And then basically the angels get trapped in a witch's bottle, and then the bottle is broken, and so they're able to take people from the real world. And in the 1860s, something changes where the angels who are trapped in the bottle, they decide to perform some sort of sacrificial ritual in Fromland itself, and that created some sort of secondary magical event inside Fromland. But that's just a guess. Who knows?
What do you think about? By the way, feel free to stay until the end of the live or whatever. If you want to move on, like whatever this is, don't feel obligated to be here. Okay, yeah, so just have to say this. I have a question regarding the Man in Yellow. Now we have seen Sophia. She made Sarah to hear the voices again, right? She was like, cha, 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 and suddenly Sarah was hearing the same voices, according to Sarah, that she was hearing in first seasons. And we know that she was hearing some kind of a plural voices, and then she was hearing also Abby in the forest. So the first time she was talking to Katri about the voices, she said to him, like, they're just like us and they want to escape this place. So if we draw those conclusions, like if actually the voices were the Man in Yellow all along for some reason, I don't know if it's actually the case, but I do want to believe it. This is the case, probably because I want to believe that those seasons will actually give us some answers, hopefully. And if it's actually the case, now, can we also extend to the conclusion that the man in yellow also wants to escape this place. Now, before you answer, I want to actually thank Tracy Black. She sent 5 Geekarmy gift memberships to everybody, so enjoy those. I do have content that's members only here on my channel. You're more than welcome to check this out. And thank you, Tracy. Thank you for your support. And I love this invention by YouTube that you can support the YouTuber by giving a gift to other people. I think it's awesome. Everybody's happy. So the question to you, Terran, regarding the man in yellow, Sophia, and escaping this place.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it in the poem itself, the nursery rhyme? No one here is free.
Oh,
So, you know,
wow.
that says everyone's trapped there, right? I mean, who would want to be stuck in Fromland when they could be in the real world torturing people out there? You know, I am sure that the beings in Fromland have been playing a game in the real world between each other. In my opinion, a set of fallen angels on the island of Newfoundland. And this game is a game they continue playing in Fromland now that they have been trapped there. So I believe that in the real world, they're playing this game, they encounter John Cabot's colonists, and they get trapped there by a cunning folk woman. That is what the surname Pratt means. It means cunning. And the magic is very clearly cunning folk magic. The witch's bottle, the witch's ladder. I think a witch's ladder is 100% going to be important. I think that a witch's ladder tied with holy objects like a pearl, you know, Megan means pearl. We see pearls all the time on the show. That's what I think's going on. So I think that spell traps all of these people in Fromland. Isn't it true that in season 3's poster we see a broken bottle hanging?
I don't remember.
Yeah, so on season 3's poster, I believe that the bottle is broken. The top of the bottle is broken, and I think that is very telling. I think that absolutely they are trapped in a witch's bottle that is broken, which allows them to suck people into this place. And I believe the people they are sucking into this place are both the reincarnated souls and the descendants of the people involved in the original curse. That's what I think.
Trapped in witch's bottle. This is interesting. I'm looking at the poster right now. I'm new to StreamYards. Let's see if I can share the screen here. Can I share it somehow? No, we just looking at the freaking background. No freaking clue how to do this. Maybe like this. Share screen. Yes, share screen. I'm sharing my screen. I want to share my entire screen. Okay. And now when we do this, it's still the same. Add to stage. Yes, good. Ha! Where is my IT job now? Where is it? Where is the Reddit post? Is it here? Yes, there is the poster.
Yeah, so if you look, oh, that one's different to the one that I've seen.
You want to send me in Discord if you have this one?
Yes, yes, I do.
Go ahead. Okay, we have 318 people here. 99 people like the video. And as you know me, I usually don't go and start begging for likes, etc. But in live streams, it's important. I've seen this many times when I ask from you to actually like the video, hit that like button. Just a couple of minutes later, I see just suddenly a bunch of new people arriving to the live stream. This is how this works apparently in YouTube live stream. So when people like, they increase the range of the audience and more people see that there is actually a live stream and get a chance to join. So it's not that difficult. You can go ahead and like this live stream, so more people will join us. The more people in the chat, the better it's gonna be. So yeah, I get this now, the message from Taran. So here is the poster. Let me put it on full screen view. Okay.
So if you zoom in on the one just above the hut,
Yeah.
you see the top is broken.
Yeah, it kind of is. Like here, I cannot
Yeah.
zoom even more there, but it's kind of weird break, right? It looks way too clean.
The top is broken off, right? So
Uh-huh.
so they're trapped in this witch's bottle, but the
Mhm.
top is broken off, and that's why we have all these sort of references to genie in a bottle, and you see these snow globes and sort of domes and things that are, you know, it's all glass, right? You have
Yep.
Jade. Jade is telling us what the magic system is. He's got this obsession with bottles, remember?
Mhm.
And then he has
Yeah,
this
of course.
obsession with strings. He ties them all together. That's basically what a witch's ladder is. It just ties a bunch of strings together and objects to them. And then, of course, we have the another part of cunning folk magic, which I find really interesting, is you bury a dried dead cat underneath the threshold of your house. So underneath the doorway, and it protects your house. So it's interesting that they have Schrodinger's cat, Schrodinger's box,
Mhm.
and Jade has a cat shirt. And then what I found really interesting was the story that Jim tells Ethan. Is he tells him a story about a cat basking in the sun, which I thought was quite interesting. It's like a dried cat.
Familiar, yeah. I'm trying also to monitor the chat, so I'm listening to you, of course. Somebody's
worry.
writing here in chat, it's probably just bad Photoshop. And you know me, I tend to agree. I'm way more skeptical than you are with the crazy theories about everything. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, they're definitely going Terran's way. Terrence was right about everything. And after episode 8, with Jade's genius plan and him taking a whole day to realize that you can just, make another entrance, I'm not that sure they're actually going to make it as detailed as you are presenting it. But as usual, for 100 millionth time, and hopefully every time you will join me on live streams, I will keep telling you this. If they're not going to deliver, it's on you to write a book. You will make it. Like, I still don't understand how you didn't write this, because you already has this amazingly put story. Like, you can write whatever you want. It's probably going to be especially if they're not going to deliver, you should go and market it as as it's supposed to be, if it's actually possible to make a marketing like this. And
Well, it would be fan fiction, wouldn't it? Ultimately,
yeah,
it would be fan fiction.
Just remember to give me 1% of the income. I'm going to become richer than Elon Musk after this one.
Oh, man.
What do we have? Everybody, I'm just, as usual, I tell this also to my subscribers. Like, every Tuesday, I try to make a video about what people write to me in the comments, because so many times I just enjoy how somebody's brain works, and it's so interesting to me. But with you, it's like always a freaking holiday. Like, every time you bring some interesting theory, and I jumping from topic to topic, I'm definitely going to use the whole "no one here is free." Like, this is a very good connection, and I didn't think about this completely. So in case anybody watches my video next time and I'm using this, you know who to give credit for this one.
Well, I got to ask you, man, if this is reincarnation, why does Bacta's grandmother know the nursery rhyme?
Well, I think I've talked about, I don't remember if we talked about this on the live stream. I talked about this in one of my videos. They made this genius invention, this amazing Deus Ex Machina. And I always give an example of my favorite fantasy series, The Wheel of Time, second favorite after Lord of the Rings, obviously, because it's a freaking classic. In The Wheel of Time, there is a concept of Ta'veren, which is basically there is a wheel that creates everybody's fate, but Taverin can change everybody else's fates around him. So it's like this. The author created a Deus Ex Machina for himself that the lore of the world that he's in explains it. So if he needs to save his character from unescapable death, it's like, oh, he's a Taverin, so suddenly it all happened like it's supposed to happen for him. And the creators of From did something very similar. Now every time we talk about why people in the real world somehow being affected by this place or affect this place, it's not them affecting the place, it's this place somehow affects the real world. And the same way somebody was able to write the book about the Chrominocle and about the story walking, the adventures of the Grand Guligog, and I don't know, there are some maybe influences to mythology, like with crows and Odin losing one eye in Scandinavian mythology, or maybe, Anansi being a spider demigod, whatever this is. And so with the nursery rhyme, somehow somebody dreamt it, or I don't know, had a vision of this. And now the nursery rhyme came from this world, from Fromville to the real world. And once again, I know I speak confidently, but everything is just my theory based on what I see. So I could be wrong here. And if you have a different explanation, I would love to hear it.
Well, I just have. Well, I don't. Yeah, that could work. I also have a question: is why is Miranda driving Christopher's car in Tabitha's flashback?
Well, you see, I was super excited about this find that this is actually Christopher's car. But then Tabitha's car is also AMC Hornet. It's just different on the inside. The interior is very different. And I didn't really deep dive into this too much, but I think I saw let's do it together. If we're already sharing screens and everything else, let's see. Okay, so AMC Hornet. It sounds like a name of a rapper from 80s, MC Horny, AMC Hornet.
Do you think they just made a mistake?
If they actually made a mistake, this is for, in my opinion, I wouldn't say unforgivable. I wouldn't go as far as unforgivable, but what did you think to yourself? I mean, at this point in season 4, when you know, and we know that they know that we exist, right? That I exist, that the real enigmas exist, that you exist, that Eamon exists, that we would in no way in hell that we would miss something like this.
Yes, so, and they literally show us the interior of the car, right. And then the very next scene is this other car. I got to tell you, it gave me hope that the reincarnation stuff is all just a hallucination from the man in yellow, in the same way that the coma stuff is. And it will be revealed that Tabitha is in fact Eloise.
Yeah, probably not gonna happen. Probably Tabitha is not gonna be Eloise, but once again, this interview that Eamon had with the creators, they pretty much confirmed the whole reincarnation, and I'm not a big fan of it, just like you are. Yeah. You just still have hope, but you should probably stop because really this place feeds on hope. So
yeah, it's not really hope; it's cope.
It's cope. Yeah. It's cope, exactly. Thank you so much. Street Disciple 86 became a motivator, so thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate this. Now we're looking here on the interior for the AMC Hornet, and as we have seen before, most of the models, they are the ones like Christopher's, right? So the wheel is a bit different, but here we have the same handle to roll the window down. So this looks way more like Miranda's car. Can I just open the episode? Let's see. I don't need to open the episode. I can just open the images. I made screenshots, and less chances I'm going to get copyrighted here. So yeah, this is Miranda's car. Oh, no, actually it looks a lot more like... The car that Tabitha is looking at. Huh. Now, the reason why I'm thinking, maybe thinking that it's possible that it's still a mistake, because once again, if she's actually driving Christopher's car, why would that situation trigger this memory, right? She's looking at Miranda's car, and it would trigger a memory connected to Christopher's car. So it's still, I cannot like, it's like freaking scales for me, like freaking elevator. Like one day I'm super upset about them making such a horrid
It's whose
mistake. Then
memory
I'm
did you trust? Who
What'd you
told
say?
us? Who told us that that was Miranda's car?
Victor.
Victor. And then Tabitha looks in it and she has a memory, and it's the car that Victor says is Christopher's. So maybe it's just to tell us that Victor's memory is wrong and Tabitha's memory is right. Maybe that's what it's trying to tell us, is that
I
Victor
really hope so. I really do hope so, because like for me, accepting the fact that they just made a mistake, it's going to be really upsetting, because once again, they should know better. They should know who they are dealing with, and there is no freaking way we're going to miss something like this. So I do hope there is something here. And I think I said this in my review. They definitely filmed this moment not for just a couple of seconds, right? They definitely going to show us more of this memory. So hopefully, whatever this is going to open the cards and show us maybe that this is not something there's not just something incredibly stupid mistake that I don't know. Like, once again, it is forgivable in a different TV show. It's not forgivable in From or Severance, when you know that your audience is watching your TV show on speed 0.25 with a magnifying glass. So yeah, hopefully it's not a mistake. And we have another super chat by Kills Sama 7636, $10. Thank you so much. Before I answer this, I want to use this opportunity to tell you that every super chat, every donation that goes through this live stream is definitely going to go for some little present for my wife. Because today is a very difficult day for her. And just to remind everybody who has a woman, a wife that is also a mother in their life, like today I had an incredibly difficult day. I wake up very early, I watch an episode, I analyze it, I make a review, I record it, I edit this, and then I make another one in Russian, and I also edit this and I upload it, and then I have a live stream. And this is a vacation for me, because today I was not handling my son at all, and my wife was with my son all day long. She was taking care of him and he's teething. So everybody probably knows what it means, even if you don't have children. When the teeth are growing, it's a very difficult period of life. So just to remind you, everybody, being a mother is definitely one of the most difficult jobs in the world. So thank you so much, Kilsama. And in your video, you were saying that Fatima would break the lore of displaced monsters. Who's to say Fatima isn't a special exception, like how there are other special anomalies, i.e. Julie, Victor, etc.? I will answer it first, and then Taran, if he's gonna if he has anything to add about this. My opinion, basically, that if there is an exception to the rule, it's supposed to prove it. Okay, so the exception that proves the rule, especially in a dramatic creation like TV show, book, whatever this is, it cannot be just, you know what, it's an exception, accept it. No, as an audience member, I'm definitely not going to accept it. But if it's going to prove the rule somehow, then yeah, it's interesting. Which means that there is something about Fatima that turns her into the monster in a different way. If it's just, you know what, she's different, she's nice, she's very happy about the life, and this is why she's like that, then fuck that. No, that's going to be very poor writing, in my opinion. So, Taran, if you have anything to add or disagree, I don't know.
Sorry, remind me of the question again. Yeah. Sorry.
Fatima, if she's actually turning into the monsters, is it possible that the difference, she's turning into the monsters without
mean,
sacrificing the children, is because she's just an exception?
The black veins are kind of weird. She could potentially be becoming a monster. I don't know. I think that the magic in this place isn't tied to any particular lore or rule system other than what the showrunners have created. So it's anyone's guess, to be honest. What I find the most interesting is the golem she is making. You know, she is Persian. You know, she doesn't have any golem history outside of her dad telling her a story once about a golem. You know, I wonder whether she is the reincarnation of a rabbi or someone who's Jewish in some way. That's one potential reason why she's making the golem. Or I wonder whether it's because of Smiley and it tells us something about Smiley's history. And that's where she's getting the golem inspiration from, because it just seems super weird. And I don't know. That's like, why is a Persian woman making a golem specifically? I don't know. It just felt. I wonder whether it ties into the mythology somehow in a way that's a bit more concrete, rather than just like, oh, she once had a story about a golem, so she's going to make one.
Well, this is how they explain it with the golem. Yeah, like the reason why I think when episode 3 came out, I don't remember if episode 2, I was having in my live streams in Russian a conversation with other Russian-speaking bloggers about the golem, and one of them said, she's probably going to make a golem. And I was like, what are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense. She's obviously Persian. She's from Iran. Her father was a cleric there. And golem is a part of Jewish mythology. It's not even a part of the religion. It's just a mythology. I don't actually know where it comes from. You're not going to find golem in the Bible, in the Old Testament. As far as I know, I'm definitely not an expert. Yeah. So their explanation is that Vishnu and Krishna, and her father was a cleric, and he was telling her different stories about Vishnu and I forgot the Krishna, the Indian, I think, lore, I think so. Once again, if I'm not mistaken, and about the Golem of Prague, and about Jinn, which is an Islamic, I think, religion, mythology. So once again, how like. I don't think it actually gonna go to the whole rabbi's reincarnation. Probably not. It doesn't look like they're gonna go for a very complicated explanation about anything here. They just wanted to make a golem, and probably this is how they explained it. But I have a question to you. But before I ask you once again, I have here a super chat from Creek152, $5 for your wife, and another one from Tracy Black for $20. Get her something special. Well, definitely she's gonna get something very special, probably something very tasty. She's dieting right now. She wants to lose a couple of kilos before the sun. And she's very slim. She's very fit. But, you know, women with exactly, I need to be the exact price. So she's not eating anything tasty. So as soon as I can buy her something very good, definitely going to treat her. And I will tell her that this is from my subscribers. Now, the question to you, Taran, is if we're once again going through the rules of storytelling and Chekhov's wife, etc. Chekhov's wife, I made myself laugh. Chekhov's gun, if you hand a Chekhov's gun on the wall, it's supposed to shoot. So if there is a golem, will he actually come to life? And in the end of the season, or season 5, will start kicking the living shit out of the zombies? Or is it just somewhere to be standing there? What do you think?
I have no idea. I mean, are we going to see it animated before the end of this season? I hope so. There's been a lot of focus on it. So you would want to see it animated. The question is it going to animate on their side, or is it going to animate on the bad team side? Because it seems like there's two teams with two different types of magic and two different ways of countering their magic. You know, it's very confusing. So, you know, is the man in yellow going to do the same thing that he did with the dead body with the golem, and the golem's going to sort of like destroy everything from the inside? Who can say? Who can say? I don't know.
I don't know. I still hope that not, because I don't think MGM Plus with their budget will be able to pull it off. So it will look interesting, amazing, and not ridiculous. Because even the scarecrow monsters, and even during the night where you usually hide all the fuck ups that you have with the CGI graphics, it still didn't look amazing, right? So hopefully they're not just gonna go that way. And we have another super chat from Brain Power 5536. We got 25 Ron. I don't know what is that. I will assume this is we got 25 Ron Weasleys. And he's asking, or she's asking, what do you guys make of the Capricorn word? I found there was a lunar eclipse in Capricorn in 1609, July 16. I believe that was the sacrifice date. Now, this is definitely the question to Taran, because you're way more knowledgeable than me in everything history related about this TV show.
Sorry, what was the question?
What do you guys make of the Capricorn word? I found there was a lunar eclipse in Capricorn in 1609, July 16th. I believe that was the sacrifice date.
Well, I think that there's going to be an eclipse at some point. I think that sunlight is going to be very important on this show. I think that Eloise is somehow connected to the good team. She may even be who the boy in yellow is playing. Sorry, the boy in white is playing this round, because Eloise literally means sun. And there is references to suns all over the show, obviously. Even in Henry's dream, there is a clock on the wall in the shape of a sun, and it is the same clock that we see in Henry's house when Tabitha goes to visit there. Also, on Eloise's gravestone, we see a sun painted.
And a rainbow.
No, the rainbow is Miranda. The sun is on Eloise's gravestone. I promise you, because someone has said, no, that's not true, and I've proven it to them before. I guarantee you that's how it is.
Are you sure? 100%?
Yes, 100% sure. It's a rainbow on Miranda's, and it is a sun on, or maybe there's a sun and a rainbow, but there is definitely a sun on Eloise's grave.
I think it's a sun and a rainbow, just because I did the review today. It's kind of fresh in my memory.
It could be both. Is on there, but I promise you that there is a sun on her grave.
Okay, we have another super chat here from Killsama7636. $20. Treat your wife, double your husband. Thank you so much. I try my best. Sometimes I make her go crazy and angry at me, but it's, this is relationship. Sometimes it happened the other way around, but we make it work already for 7.5 years. So thank you. And they say that a child leaves a lot of themselves in the mother. So she may be part monster already, and before she gave birth, she spilled blood, killing Tilly, and ate compost. I don't know. Well, she did kill Tilly. She did kind of attack Smiley. Definitely didn't kill him. But yeah, maybe there is something related here. I can move to the other super chat, or maybe you want to add something here, Taran?
Yeah, I wonder whether Fatima is the reincarnation of the woman the cunning folk woman from the original spell. I wonder whether Fatima is every time Fatima reincarnates, she is a type of witch, a type of magic woman who does cunning folk, who does some sort of magic. In one timeline, she does hoodoo magic. Those are the totems that we see. In the 1498 timeline, she does cunning folk magic. In another timeline, she does Jewish Hebrew magic with the golem, and maybe she's remembering from a past life, potentially. So I think that Fatima is the reincarnation of Bridget of York from the 1498 timeline.
Man, just write a book already. I can read a book just with this premise, that there is a witch that reincarnates, and every period she uses a different type of magic. This is a selling point for me already. Just give me the book, I buy it already. You don't need to add anything else. Like, this is already interesting. So yeah, I don't know if you need more motivation than that, but you already published a successful author, so go ahead, man. We have another super chat. Jovi Nebo, $5. Do you think the Victor tracking trees moving will have anything to do with the location of the battle tree, with the cavern? Maybe it isn't over the cavern anymore. Wow, that's a very interesting thought, because we do know that the trees are moving, but I don't remember them moving that much. It was just a step or two. So even if it's not on top of the chamber, it's probably somewhere very close. What do you think, Taran?
I don't know. I used to think that the trees moving meant that as people were dying, that like more trees were appearing, and it was sort of pushing all the trees closer in. Now I think that every angel in this place has like a different animal that like they represent, or like symbological animals that are connected to them. Like for example, in the Man in Yellow coma hallucination, we see a bird on the painting. I think that birds on this show, or at least unclean birds, so verminous birds like crows, ravens, starlings, like we see with the broken wing. Now, what looks like a swift, which is another bird that can be seen as a pest. I wonder whether that's what's going on. So worms could be the fallen angel Abaddon, the angel of the deep. You know, he's associated with plagues, so I imagine rats might also be connected to him. You know, that's sort of where my thinking is going on that. I'm not sure if it's helpful.
All right, everything that you say is helpful. We're having, like, once again, there is a disclaimer that I need to say, I think, every time I'm talking to Fromily. I do understand that some other creators, not all of them, but some of them, their main goal is to predict things and to be right about something. I don't give a shit about this at all. So whether you're right or I'm right or we're both wrong, I don't care, as long as we're having fun. Like, even if at some point I'm definitely gonna be disappointed if the TV show is not gonna gonna stick the landing, and it's gonna be upsetting. But I'm not gonna feel like it was all in vain and I spent my time in vain on this TV show. I don't care. I enjoy the role. So whatever you say, the craziest theory that comes to your mind is all helpful. We are here to have some fun and enjoy each other's brains. I don't think you can say something like this in English, but you probably understood me what I wanted to imply here. Okay, I just was about to move on to the chat, but you are amazing today, everybody.
I can confirm that Miranda's gravestone has a rainbow on it, and Eloise's gravestone has a sun on it. I can confirm.
So Miranda is a rainbow and Eloise is a sun, right?
Yes, and if you look up what Eloise, what the name comes from, it means sun. So I thought that was very interesting. So, you know, if the boy in white is the moon, which is what I think he represents, that he's the moon tarot card. There's two dogs that follow him. He's in white. I think that he's the moon tarot card. That means that Eloise is somehow playing the boy in white as the sun. Somehow.
Maybe because the sun and the moon is pretty important in this TV show.
So Eloise's body is possessed, maybe the sun, maybe the angel of the sun, Michael, is possessing Eloise.
Somebody is saying Taran is reaching. I mean, this is our whole point here. We are always reaching here.
If you don't reach, you never grab onto anything if you don't reach out.
Exactly. Now we have, I think we have another super chat from Anita Kamaki. She donated $5, and I think she definitely ended the conversation about all the theories and I think we should wrap it up, and that's it. There is nothing more to add. So she's saying Victor's son is Sebastian. Sebastian is the crab from The Little Mermaid, and Sophia is a redhead. She's really Ariel, and From is just a seaweed acid trip. I think that's it. There's nothing to add here. I'm definitely not going to do any more reviews, no more live streams. I think Annie here solved it all, and that's it. Everybody, time to go home. Well, I'm kidding, of course, and Annie was kidding, and I appreciate the humor. I was laughing here, and I was reading the comment. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for making me smile. Hopefully, we don't see Taran there, but hopefully he was also smiling to this theory. By the way, do you have any more like this? Like sometimes I read those theories. It's not exactly like people going insane already, and then say, "So this is all a matrix." My favorite is it's all connected to Lost. Like this is in the same universe. I always like look at this and people are saying, oh my God, this is the same creators, promised from the same creators, like Lost. They definitely going to do the same thing. And then you actually check it out. And yeah, you have Jack Bender, who was a director in Lost and directed most of its episodes. And he's directing most of the From episodes, but the director in TV show, it's not the most responsible person. It's not the most, who is actually calling the most of the shots. Who is calling the shots is the screenwriter who is writing the script. And in Lost and From, they're completely different people. Like John Griffin doesn't have anything to do with Lost, and Jeff Pinkner was another script writer on 4 episodes in Lost. So saying that this is the same people, the same story, I think it's a little bit of a stretch. But I'm once again jumping from topic to topic. Do you have anything? Sorry, I have another super chat. It's not a super chat. It's donation from Elon 330G. I have five Ron Weasleys, and somebody told me this is a Romanian currency. So thank you so much. Watching from Romania, a dream of mine to visit this country. I just have to visit everything Dracula connected. I mean, obviously, I'm a geek. So as soon as I have anything fantasy related, I'm definitely super interested. And it's probably, Eastern European countries have incredibly beautiful nature, and I'm a sucker for nature. So yeah, maybe someday I will have some Ron Weasleys in my pocket. And I was jumping from topic to topic, and I forgot what we were talking about. Do you have some crazy theories about From being connected to different lores, different TV shows, movies, etc.?
Well, here's a quick question for you. Okay, one of the clocks points is set to the time 7:27, and I found a plane that was a 727 plane that disappeared near Newfoundland, Cape Race, which is a big part of my theory. And I noticed that they said Eloise is on a plane and she's on her way to you. I wonder if we're going to find the remains of a plane somewhere in Fromland where Eloise is living inside. And if it is a plane, I believe it would be the 727 Fawcett Peru Boeing disappearance of 1990 between Newfoundland and Maine. It also flew out of Gander Airport. In fact, it was flying to Gander Airport, which is where I believe John Griffin was on 9/11. And there's one of the clocks in the caves is set to 9/11, which I also thought was pretty cool. So, that's what I think. That's what I think that means. There's some craziness for you.
I have a question for you. My previous obsession that I kind of forgot about this, kind of worthy of Taran Matera, I think. If we already started to talk about clocks, there's the things like the clocks in Fromville are not moving, supposedly, right? If you look at the clocks for more than a couple of seconds, the second hand is always still. It's always not moving.
No one's changing the batteries on those.
Yeah, and also like when Jade and Trudy have this conversation, when Jade is laying there completely unconscious in episode 2, Trudy wants to take his watch, and Alice tells her like, don't, and she's like, what? He's not gonna need it here, right? And also in this episode, we have this guy bringing a lot of watches. So, but when we look at the clocks, the time changes. Like if you look at the clock at Boyd's office, in the hospital, in the hospital, in a couple of rooms in the hospital where Christy and Marielle stay, and in the big room where Kenny's father was killed, the watches do move. So once again, if it's just some kind of a production mistake, like, how do you make this mistake? Because it feels intentional, like you really need to move those watches for them to show a different time. So
I
do you have
think they are clues. I think they're clues. I do.
I used to think there are clues for a while. I think I talked about this many times in my breakdowns of the first seasons, but now I already kind of gave up on this. Like, if there is going to be something that's going to bring it back, then yeah, I'm going to jump on it. But if it's actually a clue, what is a clue for? It's like with the car.
Yeah,
If it's a
clues,
mistake,
there's no clues that have led to anything yet. Is the problem? No one
Yeah.
can say, right, this happened, and I predicted it. Based on this set of clues that they left in seasons 1, 2, and 3. None of that has happened. Nothing. No clues have resolved to anything. No esoteric clues. No mythological clues. No biblical clues. Nothing has resolved to anything because we still know very little other than a little about the timeline. And even that is ambiguous. Remember, Christopher says this place lies. We've got dream sequences now that have different cars or different car interiors. We got Tabitha saying, can we even trust these memories? Half the stuff that Jade learns, he talks to a younger version of himself in his dream, in a mushroom trip. So who's showing them these memories? We already know that people's memories can be messed with in this world. Victor's memories can be messed with, and Victor says memories are dreams, doesn't he? And we know that at least one of the monsters in this world has dream powers. So if memories are dreams and one of the monsters can manipulate dreams and even create monsters from your dreams, then that might suggest that the memories that Tabitha and Jade are experiencing and their hallucinations are all rubbish, and potentially we will learn different. Who knows? But that's just Cope again.
We have a lot of this in this day and age in season 4, when it actually comes to an end already. Another super chat from Annie Takamaki again, another $5. Speaking of planes, what if Eloise was somehow the woman in the airport that told little Jade they come with you when they go after his grandmother? Now, this is one of the hills that I'm definitely going to die on. This and spiders. This is something that I've been talking a lot about since season 1, when Jade was talking to Tian Chen and he was telling her this story about how he was in airport and some nice lady told him that they live, even if you leave, they live with you. I don't exactly remember the words, but you get the meaning of it.
They come with you when you go.
Exactly. Thank you, Tara. And like, it's begging to be used, right?
Well,
it's
who has heard it? That's the question. Who knows that quote? There's only one person. No.
Who
Jade.
else?
I believe that Jade tells Christy about it when Tian Chen is on her deathbed. I may be wrong, but I thought that he said something similar to Christy. So if Christy later time travels, then she could be the one who was at the airport. She could be the young lady, potentially.
That's very interesting. I need to recheck it, but you were right about the burying stones, so you're probably right about this one too.
I don't think it was a verbatim quote though, so it wasn't "they come with you when you go" or some. She told me that they come with. I think he told her the story, so potentially she could be the one. But it could also mean nothing and just be something random. Nothing has meant anything so far. I'm sorry. Nothing has meant anything so far. I'm waiting for
I agree with you, but it's just going to be upsetting because it's going to feel like a missed opportunity, right? Because it's like it can tie so well with everything. So yeah, hopefully something's going to play out. But once again, I think we've been discussing this in Discord when we chat a little bit. Sometimes I think I told you many times I don't really. At this point already, I cannot say that don't give a shit if they're gonna stick the landing. I still rooting for this TV show. I hope it's gonna be good. I hope it's gonna deliver. But if it's not, I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay, anyway, whatever. Moving to the next thing. Like I had a lot of fun. So yeah. This is my way of cope. Your way of cope is building those theory. My way of cope is like, yeah, I don't care. I so cool. I don't give a shit. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
My way of coping is that they have some crazy plan that involves a lot of retconning, several spin-off shows at the end of season 5, and a triple episode finale. The only thing I would say is that the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy is the same length as what season 5 of From will be. And there's a whole lot of lore and a whole lot of things happen in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So maybe if they learn how to pace things really fast and people don't mind this very, very fast pace of reveals, maybe they could do something interesting. But like they have one season left. We've had, what episode is this? Episode 8 of season 4. They've got one season plus 2 episodes to stick the landing and give us some answers. I'm sure we'll get some answers at the end of this season. There must be some, but
hopefully, yeah.
How can they explain all this, all these references all come together, all these clues that they've left, all stitched together into an intricate, detailed, historical story in an entire season? It's like, how? I don't get it. If there's no spin-off shows, it just seems impossible, and it's going to be some very, very basic story about some colonists sacrificing their kids to some fallen angels, and that's about it, really. Maybe that's it. And all
that's generic compared to the rest of the theory, but I would still believe that this is something that will blow people's minds if there's actually going to be fallen angels. I don't think it's going to be fallen angels. But we will see once again. If it's going to be fallen angels, yeah, I'm going to be super excited.
I think that's their origin. They started as fallen angels, but over the time period that they're stuck on Earth, they evolve into different mythological beings from our dreams and nightmares. And so in the Viking timeline, they are Loki and Odin. In the Odysseus timeline, they are Polyphemus and Cassandra. So that's how I see it. But I believe their origin is fallen angels. I believe that they are angels trapped on planet Earth who subsequently are then trapped in a witch's bottle. And Azazel is definitely one of them. And Lilith, somehow Lilith is involved in this, and I have no idea how. It's very confusing.
For as I was saying, that basically is if it's actually angels, I'm gonna have so much material for my videos, so I'm gonna be super excited if it's actually the case. We have another super chat here. Hobobench Games, $10. Thank you so much for your support. Hey Academy, perhaps the man in yellow is the OG son who survived. If every cycle has son and daughter, the daughter we know was sacrificed. Maybe man in yellow is the OG survivor and the boy in white gave him too much knowledge. Or maybe the boy in white was the survivor and became his spirit or something like this. What do you think, Terrence? By the way, do you think that every cycle ends with the kid surviving? With the child surviving and living for 40 years? Or is it just Victor?
It's entirely possible, but I think that I don't think that the cycles are too. I don't think that the 40-year gap is specific to anything. I think that I don't know. I really don't know. In terms of how Fromland works, they've made it up. So, it's not based on any mythology. And because I don't agree with a lot of the choices they're making, I don't think I'm able to predict it, basically, because I don't agree with the logic of some of the things that they're putting into the lore of this show. Like,
well, if it's not logical, right? It's not logical. It's not even about you agreeing or disagreeing. It's just you see the logic and it doesn't make sense. There is one thing of you seeing a clue and then thinking, okay, they didn't deliver on the clue. but they don't necessarily have to, right? It can be a red herring or whatever this is. You are more than you are in your right to be upset about this, but the creators also can not follow the clue, especially if it was something in the background or something like this. But if it's just not logical and it doesn't make any freaking sense, like for example, Fatima turning into the monsters when we were explicitly told that in order for you to turn into the monster, you need to sacrifice the child, you need to make a pact of some sort, and not just give a birth to the monster. So this doesn't make sense.
And into a monster, again, it's just broken law, inconsistent law. Anything can be anything. It's just what we decide, but monsters are just given birth to. That's a new thing now. It just, whatever we want to happen is happening. So I'm just, I'm just waiting. I can't predict how the world of FromLand works because I'm not sure if the logic is consistent.
There's this thing also in the previous episode, I think, what his name? Elgin was talking to Julie, and he told her like the best way to hide the truth is to cover it with a lot of lies or something like this. And for me, yeah, and for me, it kind of feels a little bit like they're preparing themselves for, as I was saying, sticking the landing, probably for a hard landing. If it's actually the case, if it's in the end, when people will start asking them questions, like, for example, why is there a reference to Scandinavian mythology? Why is there a reference to African mythology? What's with the hoodoo magic, bottle trees, and the totems and talismans? They will go and say, okay, it's just, this place is basically was influencing the real world. And what about this hint? It was just a lie made up by this place. And what about this hint? It's another lie that was made up by this place. What do you think about this? Are they actually preparing themselves for something that not going to be able to explain, and they want to explain everything with just, oh, it was all a lie, or hopefully something better? I don't know. What do you think? Darren? Okay. Darren is not with us. Hopefully everything is fine. Everybody's leaving me today. He said BRB. I didn't hear it. Sorry. My mistake. Once again, I'm trying to navigate a couple of things here. Simultaneously, I was also uploading my Russian video. I upload it in the middle of the night for people, but some people actually watch it, so I don't really care about the algorithms in the Russian channel. He said he'll be right back. Yes, thank you so much. My mistake. He said BRB, and I missed this. So meanwhile, I'm probably not gonna even have any chance dive into the chat. You kind of spoiled me. Technically, you spoiled my wife today. There were a lot of super chats. Probably today we had like 3 times more than all of the super chats that I got through all of this season. So thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot, and definitely gonna buy something nice for my wife. There is this perfume that she wanted to get, like hope she's not listening. I can talk to this, and she's not watching my English streams. So there is this perfume that her sister visited us, and she was like, I like the smell, and I remember this one, but it's pretty expensive. So I was probably waiting to give it to her on the birthday. Now maybe I'm gonna just take whatever YouTube is gonna leave me after it's gonna take its cut, and add a little bit of my money and buy this perfume for her. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much, everybody. So what else? My wife and I love watching your videos. I do love those messages. I mean, there is things that I'll have to watch by myself, and there are things that I'll have to watch with my wife and on YouTube or TV shows, etc. And it's always like I don't know if it's more special because it's different, but it's a very good difference to watch something with my wife because it's a shared experience, and especially when you have something that's definitely yours, like I don't know, there is a TV show that we rewatch sometimes, The Servant on Apple TV. We just rewatched it again. Great TV show, by the way. So when somebody is writing, welcome back. I missed you saying that you're gonna be back, and I was like missing it, not understanding what's going on, what is wrong, and so I apologize for this, and glad to have you back. And I was just saying that when I get this message that somebody watches my channel with wife, or I don't know, with the like in Russian, a lot of times they are saying to me, I watch your channel with my son or with my daughter. I actually send some happy birthdays through Telegram to people. And it's just very exciting to me that I'm a shared experience for somebody, that not just somebody just watching my channel, and it's nothing wrong with that, right? But to understand what is going with the From TV show, because when it's shared experience, it's just you're talking to somebody. You're like, oh, it's this blogger is live, and she's like, yeah, wait 5 minutes, or let's watch it together today before we go to sleep. This is special. So when I hear something like this, it warms my heart. Anyway, Taran, welcome back.
Yeah, sorry, I did say I'll be back, but it may have been too quick. Sorry about that.
There is a question in chat right now, Taran. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we're definitely going to need your input in this. I'm wearing yellow. Is this a clue?
Yes, maybe the From creators have been having a secret plan with you to leave clues in the background of your interviews, and actually everyone who does From interviews is encouraged to leave these clues in the background, and you all have a secret list that none of us have access to, with extra clues that you hide in the background. Confirmed clues.
That's exactly it. You wanted to say something, I interrupted you.
No, it was me asking you, what should we talk about? That was.
Well, actually, we're probably going to wrap up very soon. I could talk right now for hours and hours, but I'm also, pardon my French, hungry as fuck. I barely ate today, and it's the middle of the night.
Is Eman not joining you today?
No, unfortunately, no. I don't know. Maybe he forgot. I really I'm trying to come up with an explanation that doesn't involve somehow something, God forbid, happening to him, something that actually stopped him from coming. Hopefully everything was okay. I wrote to him on Instagram. We talked on Instagram only. On IG, it's like we discussed. Sunday, 11 p.m. my time, 2 p.m. his time, and we kind of agreed. And I told him I'm gonna send you the link as soon as I'm gonna have it ready. And then I disappeared until Sunday because my designer, the guy who makes me all my thumbnails, he wasn't able to make the thumbnail until yesterday night. So I woke up today and I saw the thumbnail. So I started the live stream, sent him everything, and didn't get a response. So I just hope that everything is okay. I saw him online, but maybe, I don't know, he missed the chat. He probably has a lot of DMs there. So I don't know. Just hopefully everything's okay with him.
I'm sure it was a mix-up.
Yeah. I think that the live chat and everybody, me included, are a bit disappointed, but I wouldn't say, oh my God, we got you today and it's always a treat. Thank you so much for jumping into the live chat.
Yes, we just have to change the title to Taran and Igor talking.
Yeah, I changed it to episode 8 live discussion. And as soon as right now I'm on my Russian YouTube channel, and it's uploading a video right now. So as soon as it's gonna be
Yeah, don't
uploaded, I'm gonna be able to switch to my English and
Yeah.
then gonna change the name.
All right. Well, I'm just joking. Don't worry.
Well,
Okay, so let's wrap it up then, or at
yeah.
least I'm going to drop out now, because my dinner is ready. So thank you
Oh,
very much for letting me on your channel. Let's hope for a very interesting and revealing end of season 4. Fingers crossed, right?
yeah. I really hope 9 and 10 will deliver, because if 9 is gonna be empty of content, I'm gonna be pissed. I know I usually defend this TV show, but if 9 is gonna be empty, I'm gonna be the whole review is gonna be me blowing some steam.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Is there a saying? There is a saying in Russian and in Hebrew that you say before somebody's about to eat, like "enjoy your meal" or something like this. So probably enjoy your meal, right? This is the
Yes.
saying.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Yes. So bon appetit, Taran. Bon appetit, myself. Thanks everybody who joined us today. We broke some records today, and I'm not talking about the super chats. I'm talking about 350 people, I think, in the peak. It was amazing. Hopefully, I'm gonna see those numbers many, many times. And it's not only of the the YouTube success, money, etc. It's also way more fun to have those live streams with a lot of people, a lot of different ideas and questions. It's just a lot of fun. I'm sorry, Kelsama is writing, no, don't leave. Maybe I'm going to do another live stream during the week, but I'm planning a lot of content for you this week. Once again, it's still cannot promise you anything, but I already recorded a video, need to edit this about from timeline. Everything that we know, how many days passed since the Matthews arrived until the Jim was killed by the Man in Yellow. And as soon as season 4 is going to be over, I'm going to add the whole timeline of season 4 also to this. And everything that happened before in the 70s and what we assume happened in 1506 or before that. Everything according to what we know in the channel. Now, I prepared the material, still didn't record everybody's origin story. Okay, and we obviously gonna have the teaser analysis for episode 9. And once again, your comments on Tuesday, hopefully gonna be able to make the video. So my plan is this week, every day, I'm gonna have a video for you from Related. And we also have a Widow's Bay in Wednesday, a final episode, and they actually got picked up for season 2, which is an incredible news. By the way, Taran, did you check Widow's Bay?
Yep.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, well, maybe once we're gonna discuss it too. So anyway, Taran, bon appetit. A very long farewell to everybody, but I'm definitely having so much fun that it's hard for me to press that end stream button. But anyway, thank you so much, Taran. See you. Bye, everybody. It was fun.